back to the First Response Podcast. I got my co-host, Jaden Rembert.
What it do? And also we got a special guest here today. Introducing a hardworking father, a college graduate, an aspiring artist, a child of God, Quinn Williams, otherwise known as Big Dog Q Boy.
Appreciate it. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate y'all for having me. Obviously y'all know it's been a long night for me. But hey, I'm a hardworking man right there. Hey, I'm trying, y'all. But I just want to, appreciate y'all for letting me be here for real.
Yeah. Well, in your introduction, you said something about fatherhood. You're new to being a father.
Yes, I am.
So I have a question for you. What does being a father means to you beyond providing?
Well, given that I'm at the beginning stages of fatherhood, so I know and I understand that I have a lot to learn about it in general, not only just the providing part, but also the protecting and being present in his life. So but to answer your question, being a father to me personally, like not even on the level of necessarily of me becoming a new father, but what I've learned just from the guidance that I've had from my father and father figures within my life, I feel like being a father is not only about being present, but being an understanding asset to your son or daughter or whatever that whatever you want to call it. It's just don't be just like how mannequins are in stores, but you see them there, but being there and being impactful on your child's life, not just being around saying you buy this for them or you feed them, but being actually a contributor to who they become as they grow.
Well, I'm gonna go this route. I didn't have my father in my life, so for you having father figures, like I had father figures, but it's different from having a father in the home. Right. So for me, I had to learn all over again, basically, because I didn't have a father figure in the home to teach me like right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So for you saw all these role models teaching you like, oh, this is how it should be, and you learn from their mistakes.
Right.
For me, it wasn't that. So it's like, dang, I got to do this for myself. I got to figure it out for myself. And for the time that I have been doing it, I love being a father. Man, I love being a father, man. Like my little girl, she means the world to me. Like I wouldn't take that for granted any day. Like she means the world to me.
And that's definitely understandable. Whenever I first looked at my son, man, whenever he came out there, it was a crazy experience. If you ain't got no kids, just know, have your towel ready, wipe your forehead because you're going to be breathing heavy just like she is.
I guess I need to take that.
I should, Lord, but back to what I was saying, like, when I looked at my son's face, man, I was like, God, like, I helped create this. Like God blessed me enough to have a son, and my girl, she was graceful enough to let me name him after me. Yeah. So that's a blessing in itself, And I like you said, I love my son to death. Every time I see him, he wakes up, he just smiling, and he all he knows is, that's my dad, that's my daddy the whole time, like Junior. And
bro, it's so crazy though, like during the whole 9 months, like you just hope, you hope and pray that everything goes well, because you never know birth defects and etc. goes on. So when you see your child come out the womb, it's like, oh snap! It's a breath. It's fresh air. Like for sure. You're like, oh my, like this is what I created. God gifted me this, and it is a blessing.
I definitely agree. Even though I don't have kids. I'm the guy with no.
That's
kids.
Fine, bro.
I don't have kids. I have a child.
I have a child.
They have a child. I'm the one without the kid, but I totally agree that it is a blessing. Because like we talked about in our last episode, I had to do the CPR and stuff, and then the grace of God, what was it, Friday?
Yeah, it was Friday. It was Friday.
No, because it was Monday I had the CPR. Friday, though, I went to work, and grace of God, we had a call, man, and this lady was 40 weeks pregnant and literally had the baby in overflow parking lot.
Wow. It go hand in hand. Like sometimes for us first responders throwing this in there, I know that's not what we're here for, but sometimes you see life and you see death. But like it's good to see both.
It's
to understand
a blessing.
that God bless you either way, because just because someone passes doesn't mean that's the end of the world. It's a celebration. Right. Just like when a kid comes into the world, it's a celebration
for sure.
But I'm gonna go back on topic. You said something about protecting and being a present parent. How do you balance that? Being a provider, being a protector, and also being a present parent.
I think it helps to have a companion that is understanding of, especially me personally. And I know once you get to that point, but I know you, like, we have a duty to provide and to protect, and to have an understanding companion that knows that you're going to have to work whatever type of hours that you do work. Me personally, I work night shifts, so like during the day I'm gonna have to sleep, and that's just because me getting home safely from work to back home, and being in the right mind at work, because where I work it is a dangerous environment. If I'm not well rested and I don't have the senses or the reaction time to keep myself safe, so I can go home and be that protector and provider and be that father figure, then all of that doesn't matter if I don't have a companion that can understand where I'm coming from in that sense. However, in the point of balancing, separating my work life and my attitude towards what I'm doing versus keeping it family, keeping it love, keeping it, respect, because a lot of people who do work nights, and a lot of people who do have this different type of schedule whenever it comes to when and how they go to work, whether it be night or daytime, they tend to let themselves get overwhelmed with the situations that they are in at work.
So since you said that, do you feel like at any point you are selfish when you come home? Because I work 24 hours and I'm not home. Never, and you never know what's going to happen at work. Same for you. You never know what's going to happen at work. And you come home and you just want time to yourself. Do you feel, even for you, do you feel sometimes that you become selfish to your spouse or your child because you feel like it's your time to let go and have your moment?
You're winding down. And like that goes right back to what I said, having an understanding companion. And also the point is, and that's for y'all obviously, and for the people who are watching, that like you have to let yourself, and your companion has to let you be able to separate your emotions from the current task at hand. Yeah. And for a man, especially with all that testosterone and whatever you go through at work, the mental capacity that you have, you're going to need at least maybe 15, 20 minutes. Now, if you're taking more than that, knowing now, for me per se, like if I know I got to, say my son has to go to the doctor that day, I'm not going to, obviously I'm going to switch my schedule up for that reason, because that would be selfish of me to just say, hey, I can't do that because of what I went through at work, or because I'm so tired. Like, obviously I have understanding of my obligations to my son and my girl. So I will say I don't really see it as selfish if you do have understanding companion, like I said earlier, but more of like, look, in order for me to be a good companion to you and a good father to my child, it's important for a man in general, whatever job he works. I don't even care if he's flipping burgers. Yeah. Like, if he's working and he is putting his emotions to the side to provide, then he deserves that time. And it isn't selfish; it's more being considerate of others' feelings. Because if you go in and you jump straight into the obligations you have at home, you might carry over those feelings into that, and then next thing you know, it's a bigger problem. Yeah. Then you're gonna be more selfish.
I agree with that for sure. Because like, I'll tell you this, like, even though like I don't have a girl or anything like that, when it comes to my friends and me wanting to do certain stuff, helping other people and everything like that, I get home and people be asking like, "Hey Jay, can you do this? Can you do that?" For sure. But it's like, I can't do that right now because I work nights too. I get the whole atmosphere, man. And like I say this, man, sometimes me personally, how I think, you kind of have to be a little selfish.
Yeah.
Just for your mindset, your mental, just to get you in a standpoint of understanding, like, okay, let me wind down, let me figure it out. Let me get this going. Get the game plan rolling. Basically, in your mindset when you get home. That's how I see it.
Every day for a man, you do gotta have a game plan.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you crash. Sometimes you crash. I get it because when you work and it's the middle of the week, you like, bruh, I'm tired. You crash.
My uncle has always said this, man. You gotta have a plan. If you never have a plan, there's no need to be doing stuff.
No need to be doing stuff.
He always said to begin with the end in mind, and I brought that all the way since I've been a little kid, and he told me that,
Well, piggybacking off of what we've been talking about, as men, we kind of down ourselves because we don't feel like we live up to the expectations of certain people or standards. So, how do we give ourselves grace, and what does that look like in our daily lives? Like, what does that look like?
Would you like, or would you?
I can go first. It's so much you can really.
That's what I'm saying.
Put with it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I agree. At the end of the day, like I told you earlier, like somebody literally told me that I was doing a good job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it truly don't feel like I'm doing a good job.
Sometimes you have to get the affirmation from somebody else to tell you the reassurance, to tell you that, oh, you're doing a good job. Because sometimes as men, we like, am I doing enough?
Yeah.
Like that.
Am I really giving my all? Can I do more?
That's exactly how I feel.
And it's not even always can I do more for others, but what more can I do for myself?
Yeah.
Because during especially if you're a man who has a family and stuff, and even for you, because like as men, especially if you're a man on a mission, your schedule is always either you need sleep, you need to work, you need to eat, you need to take a shower and all this other stuff. There's 24 hours in a day. If you work in 8 or 9 hours, that's 9 gone. You got 2, 3, 4 hours worth of sleep slash eating, and then the rest of that, like, well, more than that if you add sleep into it, because you need your rest.
You do.
So like most of your day is gone most days, and then all that time you spent probably wasn't for your own personal health, for your own mental health.
And then that kind of puts you in perspective of like, I'm still not doing enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Am I making enough money? Am I spending enough time with my family?
Right.
Do I look good? Is my health good? Like, all these things play a factor because, men feel like we're not enough, but we're enough. But we need to hear somebody say, you're enough.
Yes.
But as men, we got to start giving ourselves grace.
Yeah.
That is the whole thing about working and providing and being present. You have to still give yourself grace because you're not perfect. You will never be perfect. And we try to reach that peak of perfectness. And we'll never get there. None of us.
Yeah.
So, and that comes also, like we talked about in the last podcast, men coming together.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you grace. I can tell, like, hey, bro, I see what you're doing. Like, keep going. Hey, bro, I see what you're doing. Keep going.
Right. And vice versa.
But when it's not reciprocated back to you, you got to look at other men and be like, dang, you didn't get that back, but I gave it to you. See, you feel better, but I don't. So now my mind is in a state where, dang, I'm not enough. He didn't even say I was enough. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
and I'll put it to an even deeper perspective. If you hear from your woman that she's proud of you, that if she give you that, it means even more if your woman give it to you.
Yeah, it does.
Especially, it's like obviously my homeboys, they gonna support me regardless, especially if they really locked in. But whenever you come home after a hard day's work, even if you just talking to somebody and they just be like, I know you worked hard, just get your rest, text me whenever you can, type of thing. That's one of them, like I said, a companion that supports you, that is understanding, that gives you the grace that you want to give yourself.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's what I'm saying. It gives you the grace that you want to give yourself. And another thing is, I'll piggyback off of what you said about giving family time. Like my pops, we mentioned fathers. My pops moved to Nashville when I was younger, so he just moved back. And he doesn't understand that his son/sons have a schedule. Like we always doing something. Even if we didn't say we had planned something, we may have, especially me and my brother both having children. Like And I try to do better about that because, like you said, and you know, not having a father figure or having a father figure, but the father not necessarily being an aspect. Me personally, need to learn how to give my pops grace. If you get what I'm saying, like he wants more from me in regards to the communication wise, and I work, I sleep, I eat, I take care of my child,
and I do think,
you know,
as parents, and I know we're gonna go through this one day.
Yeah,
you have kids, you will too.
Yeah.
As parents, once your kid reaches a certain level in life where they're figuring it out themselves for themselves, you kind of forget who they are. It's not the same little Quinn, same Jaden, same Malik that you was in the house with every day, taking to school, feeding every day. We're grown men now, so we got to take over ownership of our responsibilities.
Right.
So I don't think sometimes they understand that, and sometimes you change in that process.
Right.
And I don't think our parents sometimes understand that we change in that process. So sometimes you got to have that one-on-one, like, hey, Dad, like.
And that's how I be too, because like at the same time, you know, I'm picking up back up what you were saying. You know, my mom, I'm no dad basically, and it's just my mom. She raised me and my sister, right? I'm the baby, so it's a lot more harder you being the baby of the family. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I sat here and told my mom, like, look, mom, I'm gonna make time to when I can be able to do stuff. But right now, I'm on a mission. I'm on a plan. I got things that I'm trying to do, you know. And even though, like, because she's from Nashville as well, you know, she lives in Nashville and everything like that. But it's like, I do want to make me personally, I try to give myself some grace because at the moment of time, I know that she's my mom, you know.
Yeah. And
I understand that she loves me and she's daring. But I always try to make sure that I at least reach out, at least do something, you know, that gives me that opportunity to say, hey, I know you want to hang, I know you want to do all this stuff, but just know that I'm here for you and I love you and I'm thankful for where you got me. You know what I'm saying?
Since you said that, we talk about giving grace. Do you think we give enough grace as men? Not to me to you.
I think we do.
It's more so you have a companion or a child or your mom, your dad. Like, do you give them enough grace? Like,
I think we do. I genuinely like how I see things. I like even my sister. She's going through a lot. She's done a lot, but she's still like struggling. You know, she make me mad a little bit sometimes, but at the same time, I love her. You know, and I give her grace because of the things she's done, and I have to keep realizing like, look, she's a grown adult. She can do what she has to do to handle her business. She got a kid herself. You know, and it's like having to realize like, you know, telling her like you got to do this to get where you're going. You're gonna be fine. You know, and I have to realize that where she started off, because she had her kid young, so like where she started off getting things together, she had to work her ass off, and I'm proud of her. You know, but like that's the thing. I truly think that men do give their families and their kids grace because at the end of the day, we work hard, but we also see other people work hard, and we also see other folks doing what they have to do because at the same time, going into like the first responder aspect of things, shoot, I give grace all the time. I sit here and try to talk to somebody calm, respectfully, all that stuff, have patience, all that. But at the same time, they could be yelling in my face the entire time, and I'm sitting here, just give them some grace, give them some grace, because they're going through something that is traumatic, and we're there trying to figure out what the situation is going on in that standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about grace, if somebody coming at you aggressive, you have to see.
Yeah.
If somebody coming at you aggressive,
that's my week.
How do you get past that and let go of that negativity?
Okay,
that's a good question for sure.
I'm not gonna say no names, but I was at work earlier this week, or like I guess last week, something like that, and a certain coworker came to me in an aggressive way, and I handled it as I should. I didn't lash out because obviously me being me. And the people who know me, the people who know me, I'll be on some bullcrap. But in reality, like, I feel like it depends who it is too. Like I feel, and that's what's sad about, I think, us as men in general. Like I wish I could have the same amount of grace for the people who are closer in my life than I did to that person at work. Because me and my brother start arguing, we gonna jump at it. Or I'm gonna jump at it, right? Yeah. Even though this is a person I love. This is my big brother. But me and him start arguing, and it's just like that. But I'm at work, and this random coworker try to come at me, and I stay cool. I think, but like it's just situation. It's I feel like it's just based on decision making and situations. And if you're a man like us who understands situations, like if you're at work and somebody piss you off or make you mad, I don't know because I'm here. Yeah. All right, make you mad, like not to lash out. Yeah. But if you're at your own humble abode, and whether it be spouse, this, y'all mess around and get to arguing over some of the smallest stuff. Quick. So I think to answer your question about giving grace over somebody who's attacking you, I feel like as men especially, we don't need to jump. Me personally, we don't need to jump so fast at the bad reaction versus people who really love us. Yeah. Than the people who quote unquote is paying us, or or like superior to us, or I you know what I'm saying? It's weird.
I agree because my thing is, I say my uncle because he's like my father figure for real.
My granddad, my brothers, they like so I get it. I get it.
The way I try to perceive things is, and he's told me this: there's always a good consequence and there's always a bad consequence. So you can make that decision on your own, but you have to realize what's gonna come behind it. It could be the good or bad. And that's why I had to tell my nephew because that boy bad as hell was good.
We all been through it.
But we've been there. We all been there. But I had to sit there and tell him, like, man, the decisions you're making, you have to realize every action that you have is either gonna be a good consequence or a bad consequence. Like for example, me dealing with folks at work, like Buddy was mad because I ID'd his wife. Because that's in our obligation in our work, and legally we have the right to do that. And he called up there to the department and was like, why'd you call? Why'd you do this? Blah, blah, blah. Why you IDing my wife? You had no right to detain my wife, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm sitting here, sir, it really, whole time in my head, I wanted to snap on that dude. Like, I wanted to cuss him out real bad. But I had to realize, like you said, the work environment where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you have to give yourself grace. Yes. And I had to realize that because we went on this call. It was overdose CPR. Mm-hmm. And even though we did everything we could and we got a pulse back, you still think in the back of your head, like, did I do enough? Right. Did I do enough to keep her alive? Even though we got a pulse back, is she gonna be okay? Mm-hmm. Like, she gonna live? And you get that run through your head, like, dang, did I do enough? Was I on time? Did I give my all? Right. And you have to sit there with yourself and be like, you did enough, Malik. You did what you could. And you have to give yourself grace as man. Right. You want to hear it, but sometimes you gotta bring that down. Yeah. And understand that you did your all. Right. Because there's certain things that you're gonna do, certain things you're gonna see, certain life experiences that's gonna bring you down. And you're gonna be like, did I give my all? Right. And you have to give yourself grace. Sure. But I have another question for both of you guys.
Let's see.
So for me, it's a lot of things that I went through when I was younger that is still bothering me to this day. For you guys, how do you let go? For me, letting go is a big thing because it becomes so instilled in your mind. such as not having a father, such as sexual things at a young age, being exposed to certain things, and that carries on with you throughout life, and it kind of dictate where you will be in life. And for me, I feel like letting go comes with discipline. You have to train your mind to get out of that negative situation and think positive, put yourself in better positions. Mm-hmm. But I want to know from you guys, what is it like letting go?
I think, and this is obviously personal, you spoke on not having a father in your life, or how you ever going to put it. For me, it was like I have divorced parents. Obviously, my father was present. He showed up. He did his job, and he did even more than show up. He wanted me to be around, right? But I think me personally, I had to let go of the not seeing a healthy, striving relationship inside the home, right? Because for a long time, I didn't really favor relationships. I didn't.
Not to cut you off, but does that impact us now? Not seeing a 2-parent household then, does that affect us now?
Yeah.
Does it affect the way we love and carry on?
I agree with that.
Because I was raised by a woman, and she had to also be the father figure. So she came to us as if she was a father.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Sometimes the love kind of you see the love, but it's it's vivid. Mm-hmm. So as men now, we grow and we realize, like, dang, maybe I don't know how to love correctly, because I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the hardest thing for a man, especially a man that grew up in a single parent home or a separated home. You tend to keep that thought in your head, like, I've seen it not work out.
Like, do I know how to love?
Do I really know
how to be with another person?
Right. And letting go of the fact that it could go wrong. You get what I'm saying?
That's it.
Letting go of the fact that it could go wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And as at least for me as a child, and I'm sure y'all can agree, you've seen how it could go wrong.
You've seen it.
More firsthand and more times than none.
I agree.
So, and it's very hard. Me personally, I'll put it like this too. My mom used to get mad at me, and this is also about how other people process the emotions. My mom used to get mad at me, do what she had to do, give me my discipline, and walk off, or talk to me crazy and walk off, leave mad. Now that I'm older, if I get mad, I don't even want to be around you. If I get mad, you better start to, like, leave me alone. That's the how. But these are the emotions. How, and this is how we was conditioned. You get what I'm saying?
Because your mom was put in a position where she had to play another role. So when she had to play that role, she had to be more aggressive because you were a male, and she had to treat you as such because she's growing you up to be a man. And because your dad wasn't in the picture, she took that role over, and she couldn't be the mother.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't be soft and gentle.
Exactly.
She couldn't be that. She had to be the aggressor. She had to show you that, I can be on your level. Mm-hmm. I know how to raise you. Mm-hmm. So that's what you know what I'm saying?
I thank God for that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Bro, I thank God for that, because I definitely wouldn't be the man that I am today without my mother or my brother. And like I said, just letting go, like back to the letting go of how we was conditioned and how we understand how to process emotions, how to process relationships, how to process consequences, and how to, you know what I'm saying, like, and then on another standpoint, to get away from the negative, let go of the highest, however you want to call it, the highest levels of our life, like picture people who is in our positions can't let go of college. Can't let go of. What? I'm telling you. Now look,
and I'm gonna be honest.
We're gonna have to rewind on that one.
Since this is a podcast of being vulnerable,
yeah,
I've also putting myself in that position at times where I can't let go of that high of being in college and being the forefront and getting applauded.
Yeah.
But you have to realize sometimes that
you grow.
You grow, and when you outgrow it, you try to get applause from other things. You know, so.
Yeah, no, listen. Now let me go back. That was
good.
It's not necessarily a bad thing sometimes, but I think letting go of success. I ain't even gonna target college, but success. Like I know people who was the best running back you could ever see in high school, but that high that they got from that brung them down whenever they got older because they didn't have that no more. So that success didn't necessarily boost them. It brought them
You
down.
know why? Because when they put you on this pedestal and you there for so long, when do you ever fail?
You ain't. And
for you to be successful, you have to fail. Right. You know how many times I have failed tests and really failed in life.
Yeah.
And that gives you the motivation to keep going. Like, what do I do to improve myself? Right. To be better. If you never fail, you would never succeed.
You never know how.
And that's the thing. And that's another thing. When you succeed and you're on your high horse, you don't need God. You don't need it.
I'm sorry, y'all. I know that was loud.
I'm sorry. I'm finna throw it out there. But when you're on your lowest, you talk to him every day.
Talk to him.
Why is that? As people, we don't stay consistent.
Right.
And we all have troubles. I understand. But when you up, you want to stay up, but you don't use him. He's there. He got you to that point. Even through your failures,
right? You
were there.
But
he was there the whole time, but he can take it away like that. Right. So it's like when we successful and we on top of the world, we don't need him because in our mind, I did this myself. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He was always there. So when you fail, you like, man, he was never there for me. So when you fail and you get back to that point, how you get there? It's been plenty of times in life where I feel like I could never reach that point to where I could be successful. The job that I wanted, it was never coming. The money that I wanted, it was never coming. The life that I wanted, it never came. And right when you think you done lost all your money, you done lost all hope, he make a way for you. And now you're successful.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell you this, man.
Bro.
I tell you this.
You don't understand.
Like,
you just hit a nerve.
Like that.
I did.
Boy, I tell you.
I
you know how I am.
Yeah.
Because like you was there for sure. Like when going through police academy, then going through basic. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff, all this stuff that I have around me, the apartment, all that stuff, man. Like I had to realize and look at a situation on that topic. You know, man, I've busted my ass for every single little thing that I've owned. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've always kept that same as I want to build my faith better. I want to have God on my side. You know, every little thing and I thank him for everything that I have in this place. You know, but like even like for example, I told you earlier, I'm trying to get a bike. You know, that stuff. You know, like it's only because of him that I'm able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And like even on the topic of letting go, like, you know, there's a lot of things that I have to realize that yes, I get pissed off about a lot of stuff.
We all do.
And we
we all do.
We really do. But with the letting go part, you know, I look at it as there's so much stuff that I see and there's so much stuff that I've done that I have to realize I do have to let go. Because if I don't let go, I'm carrying the weight around. And I've done that before. You know, I've been in situations where I've been hurt. I've been in situations where I didn't like certain things that were done, and I dwelled on it over and over and over. But the only way that I was able to let go was I prayed about it and I gave peace. You know, and peace is a good thing that helps with letting go of a lot of things.
Peace is.
Because at the same time, if you're not asking God to get you where you need to be, and you're not asking God where you need to be able to realize, like, hey, this is stressing me out. Can you please take this away from me so I can have peace?
Seek him
You
first.
seek him first.
Seek
and
him first.
it's as simple as that, and letting go for me is really hard. And I still work on it to this day because there's things that I've realized and I've ran into that like I struggle with, and I realize like, hey, I'm doing good for myself. I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. But at the same time, with those circumstances, it's like, man, I've dwelled on some things. I've sat here and was like, shoot, can I do this? Can I do that? And it's like you have to come to a realization. The only way you can peacefully let go of some stuff is just with God. And that's how I look at it. Like I've always like prayed about it and then give it to Him and be like, hey, give me peace. And then guess what? The next day I'm chilling.
You know something? I'm finna hit another one.
Hold on, before
I'm finna hit another one. I gotta get this out.
Can I please?
I might forget it. Can I?
Go ahead.
He might forget it. So
I might have
we
something to
want
say after this too.
all these humans, all these beings, God created to give us grace.
Mm-hmm.
God gives us grace every day.
Every day.
Every day we get grace from Him.
And we sin.
You know how much we sin, and He still gives us grace.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when I was saying seek Him first, seek Him first. Because if you seek Him first, you will understand that He's giving you grace. He's putting it in front of your face. Like, I still love you, but seek me first. You can continue. I'm sorry.
He had lit that one.
Because we so caught up in validation.
So
we so caught up in validation from other
others
people
that we don't know
that He's given us grace already. He's given us love already. It's just we have to reciprocate that to other people.
Do y'all understand? There's somebody who didn't wake up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guilty of it. Sure, y'all may be guilty of it as well. And this is something that I believe we spoke on before.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up and immediately
on the phone, taking it for granted.
Somebody did not wake up, and the first thing we do is grab that phone. Don't even say thank you, Lord. And to speak on what y'all said about asking, or maybe it was you who said asking God to help you let things go. My grandfather is a preacher, and I hate to put his business out there, but he used to drink more than the average. Used to drink on his way back from working his 12-hour shift, and one day he was driving, and he had just prayed a couple days before, like, God, take this away. Do you know my granddaddy, who's a preacher right now, threw up on his way home from work, driving. Ain't never threw up off of drinking. Threw up. Changed his life that day. Ain't never drank since. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like you gotta, for one, before you ask God for anything, say thank you, because He already done gave you something.
He already gave, yeah. You already prayed for. You prayed last week for today.
Right.
The stuff that you prayed about, last week.
Oh yeah.
He doing it for you now.
And
it's not your timing. That's what people have to realize. It's not your timing. It's God's timing. His time is outside of us.
That's something I'm definitely working on.
And we try to rush it. And even for me, I rush it because I'm like, man, I can do this myself. And then when I do it myself, I went into a door that he wasn't even.
I'm telling you, whenever you start trying to take control of your life, you realize
without seeking him first,
you gonna realize.
And I tell y'all this, I wonder why I'm like, because where we stay. I'm not gonna disclose where we stay. So, like,
the Great Smoky Mountains.
But great time. But I'm not gonna disclose where we stay. But at the same time,
that's funny.
The
Great Smoky Mountains. Hey, y'all trolling.
He's trolling, bro. Oh my goodness.
But I tell you this, man. Like, I even look at where I stay. What if God wanted me to be in this area so that I can be able to get everything that I need, so that when I move to the next location, that I have all the stuff already. Mm-hmm. The things that I ask for, the things that I want to sit here and be like, oh, I wish I had this. I mean, you can wish all the things you want, but it's mainly what God will give you. And you know what I'm saying?
Because we always set
a finish line.
Mm-hmm.
As humans, we set a finish line for ourselves. God ain't got no finish line. Because once you, like I said, about you succeeding and being successful. You successful, but then you fail.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never a finish line.
Right.
God doesn't set a finish line. You don't get to one point and you stop.
Right.
You have to go through more trials and tribulations, and you
I
have to keep
agree
going.
with that for sure.
That finish line don't end until you see me on my back.
Right.
When I'm on my back, that is when my finish line. I succeeded, and I want to. You know what I want to hear? Because this is the best finish line. And it's the best thing you can hear. It's well done.
Job well done.
When you hear that, that's when you know you crossed the final finish line. But as of right now, stop setting a bar. Stop setting a bar for yourself.
There's no selling.
There's no selling. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do if you seek God first. And I think that's where we all mess up as people. We be like, man, I'm trying to get here. And then you get there, you be like, I don't really like this. I don't really like it. I need to do more now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Then you turn whole time, and this is to close out that part of it is that it's not about what you want. It's about what you need in that moment.
Yeah.
I want, speaking on, and you introduced me and said aspiring artist. I want to be an artist. I want to make music full time. But right now, I need to provide. I need to protect. I need to be present. Because a life of an artist or a life of a firefighter or a life of a police officer, you busy. You gotta keep chucking. There's no finish line.
No.
You may have a hard night tonight, easy night this next night, hard night the next night, and that's real true.
And that's true.
And that's real true.
That's
guess what?
True.
And guess what? Whenever you think it's all gravy and it's all cool, and you start getting comfortable, that's whenever God will throw a rock in your path and say, "Hey, you forgot about me."
Not he'll make you think. And
you forgot about me
because I was going. Because I'm new to being a firefighter. Everybody knows. I was going. I'm like, oh dang, bro, this joint, it's cool. I seen some stuff, but then I seen something else, and I was like, oh, stop setting that bar for yourself. Stop saying you're not gonna see this, when in fact you're gonna see it because it's a job profession. It's the same with God. Stop setting that bar because you never know what's outside of that, right? Because it's you will never see the same stuff you see yesterday.
And another thing, the blessing that God has for you only doesn't exist whenever you stop working towards it. This whole thing, you guys, and I know I might sound like a broken record, but everything that's happening right now is supposed to happen. It's supposed, and Malik, he took me to the side the other day in my crib. He was like, "Look, man, you got it." And he be talking to me like that all the time. I'm sure he talked to you like that all the time. I tell him all the time, like, bro, I'm proud of you. Like, and the blessings don't stop coming until you stop working towards your blessings. So prayer without action is dead.
It's dead.
I'm just saying.
It's dead. Because you can pray and not read the Bible.
Yeah.
You don't know the word.
You can pray. You can pray to God, I want a house, or God, I want this, or God, I want that. But if you don't turn in those job applications, show what the word going to do your job.
He gave us a mind. He gave us 2 legs. He gave us arms. He
He
gave us breath. We woke up this morning.
Faith without work.
Faith without work.
And that's the thing. I look at that too. Like, man, like you sitting here asking for all this stuff. He can give you the door, but you just have to open it. You know what I'm saying?
And you have to open the right door.
That's right.
Because sometimes there's distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all done got me talking. It's distractions. You got 3 doors. And he right there like, son, come in. He like,
did you see this over here? Like, dang,
you got greed right here. You got lust right here. And you're like, this gonna make me feel good for the moment, but this gonna be a longer journey. But the longer journey is what you need because you have to go through things to be successful. You have to fail.
All right. Shoot, I'm telling you.
And there's a thing that you said. You may remember saying this. Adversity brings character.
It does.
Falling on your back builds character.
You have to fall.
And letting go brings strength.
So what I want to say to you guys before I end this podcast is, how do you give yourself grace and how do you let go? And I also want to give special thanks to my boy, Quinn Williams.
Hold on, man, back.
Thank you for being on the podcast.
Appreciate y'all having me. Also, you don't mind me.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
promote yourself.
Got a song coming out August 22nd called "Just Call Me." Please go listen. If you don't, so what? You'll hear it from somebody else. But it's Q-Boy Tunes on all platforms. And like I said, I appreciate y'all having me.
Give it up for my boy.
Yeah, for sure. It was a great experience.
Hey, thank y'all for watching. Go like and subscribe, and please share the video.
And remember this: begin with the end in mind.
First Response Podcast.
We out.